Guys, sit down. Hello, welcome to Later. I am your host, Jerry O'Connell, and have we got a show for you tonight? You know, people always ask me, what do I do with my free time when I'm not here hosting Later? Well, I am here to tell you that I have an addiction. Yes, I am addicted to karaoke. Yes, that's right. I am addicted to karaoke. I cannot get enough of it. In fact, there's this one bar that has even given me a special night all to myself. All right. Welcome back to the biggest karaoke night in Burbank, Jerryoke. Yeah. All right, I'm your host, Jerry O'Connell. Now, who is singing? Mike and Bob. Would Mike and Bob please come up? Lambda. And what are you guys going to be singing tonight?
Song number 204. Wasting Away in Margaritaville.
204! Great choice, okay. All right. Wasting away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost sinner sorrow. Some people say that there's a woman to blame. I know it's my own fault. Yeah, that was terrific, guys. That was terrific. Thank you. Okay, who's next? Robin. Would Robin please come up to the mic? Robin, here we go. Okay. And what are you going to be singing tonight, Robin?
Well, it's my boyfriend's birthday, so I'm going to sing him a song number 822.
Very good choice. You guys are going to love this. 822.
Hi, baby.
Okay. Reunited and it feels so good. Reunited and it's understood. There's one perfect fit, and sugar, this one is it. This place sucks. No one else sings except for Jerry. Come on, let's go. What? No, guys, please come back. I promise, I'll let you guys sing. Jerryoke is for everyone. Okay, who's up next? Jim. Is there a Jim in the audience?
I'm Jim.
Hey, Jim, all right. Let's have a round of applause for Jim. And what are you going to be singing tonight?
Number 595.
595. Great choice. Okay.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. And when I see you hanging about with anyone. Thank you guys for coming to Jerryoke. We'll see you next week. Remember to tip your waitresses. It's not unusual. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Now, if you think that I'm a good singer, my guest tonight is the front man for the very successful group Sugar Ray. Here he is in the video for their hit song, Fly. Everywhere I go, people stop and they sing. 25 years old, my mother, God rest her soul. Lord mercy. I wanna fly. I want you want. Put your arms around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby. Please welcome Mark McGrath.
I love that overzealous karaoke host, man, because everybody who's ever done karaoke knows that guy. You know, you're always so bummed because, you know, he does one song, then someone does two, then he does one. And coming from me, like, I'm a huge egomaniac, you know, that bums me out. So anyway,
I have a guy, I love that mic, man. I can't get enough of it.
you gotta get on it. You know, we have something in common. We both act like we can sing.
Come on, you can sing. You're in the Sugar Ray band. It's making millions. How did you get this name, Sugar Ray? How did this...
Well, I'm a huge boxing fan. One of my earliest sports memories of watching Sugar Ray Leonard in the Montreal Olympics. Everybody knows that. U.S. fan, Sugar Ray. And, you know, and ever since then, I've just sort of associated America with Sugar Ray, the name. You know, just it being such, you know, a powerful place. And I'm a huge sports fan, and I basically, I abuse my members of my band with my sports references, you know, and so I came up with the name Sugar Ray, and I'm like, we could be like a pimp on the streets of Cleveland or something like that. So they bought that idea, but it really has its origins from that 76 box.
And it's Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray Leonard. I love Sugar Ray Robinson, too. He's a great fighter.
You ever meet him? You ever meet Leonard?
You know what? I didn't, but our bass player was at a spot called Johnny's Pizzeria out here in the Valley, and he was sitting there, and Sugar Ray came in about 4 years ago. And, you know, he's really nervous, and he's like, hey, my band's name's Sugar Ray. You know, Sugar Ray's, yeah, great kid, you know, very congenial, but give him like the 5 minutes, see you later. And then, you know, after, you know...
He should have fought him. He should have said, come on, let's go.
Well, yeah, he was going to. I don't want, you know, but anyway. So, funny thing is, he called like 4 months ago after the success of the last year and said that he'd like to be in a video. So they go out Sugar Ray in the new videos if we can get him out there.
You're kidding me.
I'd love to. He's great. He's amazing.
Now,
Amazing human being.
but you originally had a different name.
Yeah.
But you couldn't use it because of legality.
I'm telling you, it's the corporate world trying to swallow up the, you know, the weaker guy. We were a band called the Shrinkinings in Newport Beach, California, which is south of LA. And we got signed to Atlantic Records in '94, and we're all happy. You know, we had like 3 original songs and 6 AC/DC covers that we'd play. We fooled the company and think we had more than that. And so we're all happy. We're signed. We think we're all cool, you know. And we get a letter from Hasbro or whoever, Mattel or someone who makes the Shrinkinings, saying it was a cease and desist letter, saying you can't use the name Shrinkinings because it's the name of a toy they always use. It's the continuity toy.
No, I remember you cut them up and you put them in the oven and they shrink.
And every time there's a new, like,
yeah, I still do them. I love them.
You and me both. But and every time there's a new like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles craze or something like that, they get these continuity sales, and so they were all over us. But so we changed it to Sugar Ray, which I think worked out the best in the long run.
All right, now let's talk about your second CD,
Yes.
Lord.
Yes, sir.
This thing is huge. I mean, this song Fly is huge. You remember when you first started hearing it on the radio?
It was amazing.
And
you know,
it take off?
the amazing point about this is that we had a first record out, Lemonade and Brownies. You know, some people know about, some people don't. But you know, after that record, or the lack of success of that record, it was sort of hanging on a shoestring whether we'd be able to make another record or not. It's a very fickle business, you know. And we were fortunate enough to be able to. And you know, after going through that apprenticeship of driving in a van, you know, 8 hours to play in front of 3 people, to drive another 10 hours to play in front of 2 people, and to see like Floored explode after that, where now we're touring in buses with satellite TV. You know, it's really incredible. So and going back to your question, like, I remember the first time I heard it driving down Sunset, you know, and Fly came on K-Rock here in LA, and it just, you know, I was raised in that station. It just took me back to another place. So I'm rambling on and on.
No, come on, please. We love to hear these rock stories, baby.
These rock stories. Let's get to the good stuff, Gary. The good stuff.
But let's talk about Fly.
Yeah, Fly is incredible. And
you had 2 versions. One was Super Cat.
Yeah, Super Cat, who is a dancehall artist who I've just been a huge fan of forever. You know, forever and ever. And our producer, David Kahn, who's basically responsible for the success of Sugar Ray, as you hear it now. I mean, sonically, and like, he was a psychiatrist. You know, I'm not the easiest person to deal with, as you know. But so he was
pretty easy to me.
So he was able to like sort of get the best out of us and add his 2 cents as well. And we were making the track Fly, and it just sort of took on a certain magic. I'm like, this track's really working. You know, it sounds really cool. And I go, I think it would be great. I'm talking to David Kahn, the producer, if we could get a guy like Super Cat on there to sort of do a dance hall patois throughout the track. And he's like, who'd you say? I go, Super Cat. I go, you probably don't know him, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, I know Super Cat. He owes me a favor. So it's one of those fate things that just happened. Make a long story short, Super Cat was in the studio 5 days later recording the track Fly. And a bunch of elements just came together that were out of our control. You know, it's like sort of like divine intervention just came down and touched us with this track. And
it's such a great song. Could you understand a word that Super Cat says?
No, but he thought I did. Like,
because he thought like this, hey man, what's going on, McGrath?
Yeah.
See you,
Exactly.
Hey.
And the funny
I read everybody. That's exactly how he talks.
It's exactly.
I hear him in interviews. I'm like, what did that man just say?
But you know what? You just act like you know, and you go, yeah, I think so too. But the amazing thing is, check this out. We're recording a track. He comes in with his entourage of guys. And, you know, he comes in. He's all business oriented. He grabs the mic. He's right there by the control, and he starts this thing. And I'm like, wow, that's a commitment to excellence, you know. And so I'm sitting there enjoying it, you know, hanging out, but not meeting anybody. And one of his guys goes, Cat, need water. And I'm like, Cat needs water? Oh, me? So I had to run across the street and get Super Cat some water to come back and put it in their stuff and those things. They thought I was a runner at the studio.
So funny.
You know, I get no respect and nothing changed.
I'm so out of it. I would have been like, well, who has a cat? Who brought the cat to the recording?
That was my first thought.
Super Cat, need water, man. Come on.
But that's how they were coming at me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like trying to, you know, I missed the day they teach Jamaican patois at school. You know what I mean? I didn't take that day.
Now, your band, actually, you guys got into a little bit of a fight writing this song.
A huge fight, because,
you know, this story. We love these stories about rock stars getting into big fights and trashing hotel rooms, baby.
But you know what the scary thing about this is that we were pseudo rock stars in our own head then. No one even heard of us, and we're trying to act like that. That's the scary thing. But we were in New York writing songs because we wanted to get out of LA and just, you know, get some new sort of like inspiration. And we stayed downtown in New York in Manhattan. You know, from basically growing up back there, that there's nothing cheap back there. You know, under this duress, it's like terrible situation. A song like Fly came out. We were all fighting every day. We hated each other. I mean, I wanted, you know, I'm so afraid of my voice. I'm really insecure. So I wanted to like write Slayer songs, and, like snot songs, and like Deftones and Korn stuff. And they're like, I think you could sing something with melody, big fights, when someone plays with your insecurities, you totally explode. But the song just sort of like just crumbled out of the masses and just became the song. And then after everybody got the 2 cents, it was really incredible.
Great, man.
Really
well,
cool.
we are going to actually talk about you guys starting out. When we come back from this commercial, we got to fly, but we will have more with Mark McGrath when later returns.
One day, science will create a pill for men's hair loss. That day is today. Introducing Propecia, the first pill for men with certain types of hair loss. In clinical studies, the vast majority of men, 83%, maintained their hair count, and most, 66%, regrew some hair. You may need to take it daily for 3 months or more to see results. Propecia is for men only. A small number of men experience certain sexual side effects. Each occurred in less than 2% of men. Women who are or may potentially be pregnant must not use it or handle broken tablets because of the risk of a specific kind of birth defect. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist and read the consumer information they can provide. It may look like just another pill, but for men who want to treat hair loss, it's a beautiful thing to behold. Propecia, helping make hair loss history.
Feelings never lie. Cool water. Feelings never lie. Cool water. Set it up. Cool water.
Hey, Twinkle Toes. There are hundreds of ways to quench your thirst at 7-Eleven. So choose something. You got your ice-cold Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Lipton Tea, Super Big Gulp, and at 7-Eleven. In, you're out, you're dipping the angel. Let's not dip in.
Wanda, how do you like my new dress?
Oh, I guess it's okay.
And we have a new store, too. Our fifth location in St. Peter.
Well, that's good news. What's it called?
That store, along with all our other locations, are now going to be called Becky Carpet and Towel Superstore. Isn't it great?
Yeah, it's great.
Celebrate with plush carpet only $9.95 a yard installed with half-inch pads. That's Becky's Carpet and Towel Superstores with 5 locations for rich man's carpet at a working man's price.
You will recover when you discover, baby, there is no other. When you recover, baby, and when the moon is bright, you'll get it every night. Go on and play your life here on the other side. You're beautiful, inside of me. You're beautiful, me.
Welcome back to Later. I am Jerry O'Connell, and we are talking with Mark McGrath. Now,
Yeah.
your first demo tape.
Yes.
A very interesting way of delivering this.
Well, that's the thing. You sort of have to be creative in this day and age. There's so many bands getting signed. There's just so much competition out there. I guess it's like that anywhere. But so delivering your tape, you can't just sort of send it in unsolicited anymore. Just send your tape, and it'll end up on someone's desk, which will end up in the trash. So what we started to do, we made a video demo. This was about 5 years ago, and so we're like, okay, well, we sent it out, no response, and like being the idiots we are, we were undaunted by that. So we're eating pizza once. We're eating pizza like, God, what can we do, man? Eating pizza like the pigs we are, late at night, watching Star Trek reruns for the millionth time, smoking, whatever we did. But so we look at the pizza box and go, oh my God, demo tape, pizza box, and we put the demo tape in a pizza box, and we had our friends dress up and go around to like Rick Rubin and everybody in the business just delivering this pizza.
And then everyone goes, pizza, sir. You
Right.
bring it in, pop it open, then it'll be a pizza with a video demo on top.
Right, so-
and a
but-
side of anchovies.
Exactly. We left those out. But the moral to the story is, it didn't work. Yeah. Come on, we kept
it
trying.
worked.
It did not work. That did not work. We got
Well,
management, and then we hooked up Atlantic that way.
This led to your first album,
Yes, it did.
Lemonade and Brownies.
Yes, it did.
Now, you had another interesting way of how you delivered that final product when you finally got signed. To
Like,
your...
I went over the fact that it's a competitive industry, right?
Yes.
It's competition, right? So we're going to make the cover of the record. We wanted to, just anything you can do to draw attention to yourself is what we're really good at. And so we decided to get Nicole Eggert to pose in a sort of compromising position on the cover of our record, Lemonade and Brownies. Do you have a clip, Sandy?
We actually have this album. I would actually run out and buy this. The second you see this, you got to take a look at this.
Yeah.
That is the cover of the album. That is Nicole Eggert naked, lying on a shag carpet.
All right. Now, you know, we wanted to do it tastefully. I mean, when you're doing something like that, there's a total
This is very tasteful.
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
very. I think it is very, very tasteful.
I agree. You should have seen what they wanted to do. But, you know, it's not trying to be exploitative. We got a little bit of flack about that, but it's just, we look at like a Hugh Hefner sort of 50s Playboy thing. Nothing wrong with that, you know. But, you know, it's funny because there was many program directors and musical directors I met through touring, through Lemonade Brownies throughout that year that I said, you know what, I wasn't even going to listen to your tape or your CD, but, you know, I saw that cover, and, you know, and it got us on the radio, and it did the right thing. So any angle you can cover, I mean, it's just hard today. It's hard out there.
Now, you're touring a lot now.
Yeah. Well, actually, we just finished touring. We toured for... She's like, ew. That was gross. I'm sorry. But we toured for like 9 months unfloored, and, you know, it was incredible. We went around the world, and...
Man, it must be so great.
It's really great.
You're a rock star, Mark. You're touring, baby. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of hard work, too, though. You know what I mean? People, like, get a misconception about touring, and it gets lonely out there, Jerry.
Actually, I hear it's been pretty dangerous for you as well. You had some problems with a mosh pit in Italy.
Actually, yeah. We're in Italy, and there's big, huge people in Italy. You know, some people can eat really well out there, and God bless them. So I'm on stage, and I'm sitting there, and some giant man came on stage. I didn't see him, but he blindsided me and jumped on top of me, just like in his overzealousness, you know what I mean? And got, you know, he was just a fan. But he jumped on top of me and landed on me wrong. He must have just eaten or something, because my knee just went like that. And we had to, like, cancel the rest of the tour because I had to get surgery on my knee. I actually played the next night in Milan because there's no models there or anything, right? So, but after that, we had to go home because we were on our way to, like, you know, Paris.
So you played the show in Milan because of the models.
No, I played the show
with an injured knee?
Yeah, because I'm such a hero, right? No, but it's...
what were you doing, hopping around on stage?
Well, I basically just stood there, and I've never done that before, and it was just, I felt like I was ripping the people off, and vice versa, you know, so we just went home the next day, and I got, you know, surgery and stuff, but it's sort of like an old sports injury that just got, you know, destroyed when that guy jumped on me.
Now, tell us about, there was also another little injury on stage.
Austin, Texas, and God bless Austin, Texas, but we were sitting there playing, and we were on tour with Smash Mouth, this great group Smash Mouth, I'm sure you know, and we're playing this place called Stubbs Barbecue Pit, you know, which is a perfect Austin, Texas name. So 2,000 kids out there in the summer, it's going to be a great show, blah, blah, blah. We go out there and we get on stage, the show's going well, and this girl comes on stage. You know, people, during the shows, people tend to come on stage, you know, and they get off, you know, whatever. What I used to do like a year ago, you know. So, so I'm up on stage and this girl's up there and she starts fake performing a certain act that most guys seem to enjoy.
What is she doing? She's like dancing? Just throw that mic in your pocket. What is she doing?
She was like this.
Oh.
You asked, Jerry. All right. So I'm like this, but it wasn't a 2 Live Crew show. She didn't really do that. But she was just sort of simulating. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'm sitting there, and in one foul swoop, I got taken back to my childhood. You know when you zip your thing up in your zipper when you're young, and that pain, that sharpness? Yeah. She clamped onto my pee-pee. Neely said I could say it. She clamped onto my pee-pee, and next thing I know, it was the most tense power feeling of pain. And I go off stage, she actually drew blood. Are you kidding me? I swear to God, I had to get what's it called, rabies shot? Yeah. Are you kidding me? I swear to God. I went out and they're like, we got to go to the hospital. I was like, great. You know, so I finished the rest of the show with a broken pee-pee. Are you kidding me? No. I'm singing Twilight all around. That's a true story, Jerry. That's what you get out there. You go to Austin, Texas.
Did you get her phone number?
All right. Did I want her phone number? My God, I need a little hug and kissing. I don't need that. The Jerry Springer show on stage all of a sudden.
Yeah. All right. We will be right back with Mark McGrath with Later Returns. Welcome back to Later. I am Jerry O'Connell, and we are here with Mark McGrath, and we've got to quash this rumor on the air on national television right now.
Yes.
You are not Vanilla Ice.
No. I am Vanilla Ice.
What?
Yeah. My name is... Yeah, come on. The internet basically gives you free range wherever you want, you know? And so there was kind of a great rumor. One I wish would have started if I wasn't me. You know what I mean? I think it's hilarious. And we've actually adapted the Ice Ice Baby into some of our sets, you know, to sort of like perpetuate the rumor some more. But I'm not Vanilla Ice. If you thought I was, I'm sorry.
No, we're very relieved, Mark. Now, you know what? I love you guys. You guys are so, like, you go out there and you have a good time.
Uh-huh.
And it's like you're not out there sending political messages, and it's not about,
Well, Jerry, last time I checked, rock and roll is about a good time. I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but there's definitely a place for bands who maybe have a political message, like a band like Rage Against the Machine, who I love. You know, I love Sepultura and bands like that. I think they're great. But, you know, we were raised in Newport Beach, California, which is sort of the background to Baywatch, you know, sort of that. And if I came
that's where you met Nicole.
I didn't get a BMW until I was 18, so you know what I'm talking about. It's been vegan pride. That's a joke, you guys. But, you know, so we sing what's, like, true to us, you know, like having fun, drinking some beers, like meeting some girls. I mean, as trivial and lame as that sounds, I mean, ask Kiss, ask Guns N' Roses. That's sort of like the format of what our rock and roll's about. And we don't use it as a forum to, like, sort of, like, express our political opinions. We might if we had any. But we use it more... You know, we use it as sort of like an escapist tool. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, rock and roll, we try to take people away from the problems, have some fun. You know, I've sort of seen, like, the mentality of some people who are like, God, this stinks so bad, selling 2 million records and being on MTV, and, you know, I'm so bummed I need therapy. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. I show up to work every night, right? There's 3 free cases of beer. There's 2,000 kids screaming my name. And it's the most incredible job you could ever have, and I just hope it lasts another year. You know how fickle people are.
It's going to be around a lot longer.
We're making another record. We're definitely going to make another record. But, you know, we are concerned about the world's problems, and we certainly passed by CNN on the way to the Playboy Channel. I mean, you know, so.
Nice. All right. We're going to be right back with Mark McGrath here on Later.
With Snapple's new Win Nothing Instantly game,
the next update is in 60 minutes.
Welcome back to Later. Welcome back to Later. I'm Jerry O'Connell, and we are here with Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray. Any new albums coming out? You guys recording?
Yeah, right now we're in pre-production, which is basically the writing of the new record, and then hopefully the goal is to have one out this year. You know, we like to get one out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the fans have been great, everybody's been great, so we want to try to get together. But hey, I want to thank you for having me on the show.
Mark McGrath.
Really, this is your show.
You are the man.
This is your show.
All right, that is our show for tonight. Thanks again to my guest, Mark McGrath. Thank you for being here. I'm Jerry O'Connell. I'll catch you later.